All right, buddy. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, coming through the door. And this is our little post fight reaction um, from a traditional martial artist's perspective. I thought tonight was a whole play on attributes, right, and strategy. Right? Uh, Max Holloway is going to go back to the drawing board in a very serious way tonight. He's going to be rethinking a whole lot of stuff. Um, he's going to be rethinking his whole fight team. Uh, he's going to be rethinking his whole fight IQ, his strategy, his identity as a fighter, because now he knows that it's just not working out fighting that style. Because Max Holloway ran into the same thing that he ran into with Dustin Poirier, a guy who was able to throw harder and heavier than him, and not be phased by Max's shots. If you're not phased by Max's shots, right? Then even though if Max comes forward, right, it's not going to bold well. What's the point of coming forward if you can't hurt the person, and you're exposing yourself as you go forward, right? And I think that Max is going to have to get a new strength and conditioning coach. Um, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to delve into the traditional martial arts, because traditional martial arts talk about generating force production and forces at different angles and directions, moving forward, side to side, all that. And the fact that Max doesn't have that right now at this stage, to where you can sting somebody, right, lets me know that his coaches have reached a plateau of what they can show Mr. Max Holloway. Congratulations to the champion, Volkanovski. He did what he was supposed to do. Some light work. Face a guy 3 times, you pretty much know how to beat him, and there's only so much you can improve on in a short amount of time, right? Well, it really wasn't that long of a time, honestly. A year or so removed, you know, with correct stance training and traditional martial arts training, you can start generating forces within a year of time if you do it consistently and wholeheartedly, right? So, congratulations to the champion. I don't know if he's going to be a dominant champion, in my opinion, um, unless he continues to grow as a martial artist, meaning adding different tools, right? Adding different, being able to do things, um, fitness and attribute wise, that you couldn't do before, like generating power in different directions. And I think Volkanovski really needs to learn how to come down the pipe more. He's too circular heavy. And when you go up against a guy, you know, who, you know, can throw down at different angles, it's going to be a problem. I'm a big Jose Aldo fan. I really think that, he's getting up there in years, right? And I really think if Jose Aldo can beat him, for sure. You know, if he goes back to the leg kicking days of, Jose Aldo, because taking those leg kicks, man, they completely immobilize you, right? You can't really move anymore. I don't know why Jose Aldo really doesn't use leg kicks more like he used to. Maybe he's fallen in love with the boxing. I have no idea, right? But shout out to Anderson Silva, who fell in love with boxing, doing great things. If you haven't seen Anderson Silva box yet, you missed out a great treat, man. He's surprising and shocking a lot of people, but I wasn't shocked. Anderson Silva always wanted to box. But anyway, um, as far as Israel, he did what he was supposed to do today. I think Izzy has grown as a fighter now, um, but I don't think he's really addressed the problem that really needs to be addressed to take him to the next level, and that is the reason the fight seems so kind of boring afterwards, or in the later parts of the fight, was because Izzy still hasn't fixed that problem yet of when somebody can figure out his feint timing, right? And they start to smother him, right? Um, and so he was kind of like in a stalemate. Yeah, maybe Izzy doesn't want to admit the fact that that's a weakness, and I don't know. But somebody's going to exploit it, and I think Pereira is going to exploit it. Um, because he just seems like the guy that could fight at different angles, different speeds, right? He can fight in a shootout. He can fight in a distance management fight. Poking and prodding. So that's going to be a really, really, really good fight. Um, so yeah, it just goes to show you that you know having those little aspects of traditional martial arts for your training as a pro mixed martial arts fighter is just so important because the best fighters were traditional martial artists, right? Look at GSP, him and Kyokushin karate, right? Look at Chuck Liddell, he was a Kempo fighter, right? um, you know Look at Anderson Silva, he's a real martial artist. Lyoto Machida, real martial artist. John Jones, a real martial artist, right? So, I think the fighter Max Holloway really has to go to the board and get more traditional martial arts, right? As far as Killa Gorilla, man, you know, he started off really good. He started off really good. His cardio couldn't keep up uh, in those later rounds because he figured it out mentally, but fitness wise and attribute wise, he couldn't take advantage of it because he was already tired. And that's no shot at him, man. That's just what happens. You know, it's a fight. You get tired. And speaking of getting tired, it's been a long day for me. Got to train with an old friend today. Came back and started doing this live stream, and I'm going to continue to do this on high profile fights. Make sure y'all hit the like and to subscribe. And I really hope Max Holloway gets a chance to find some really good new coaches, because the fact that you haven't fixed that one problem of grown in 3 years is an issue, right? That really needs to be addressed. And shout out, congratulations to Volkanovski yet again. I don't think he'll be a reigning champion, right? Because he's just, I think his inexperience will get the best of him, and but he's a humble guy, and I really think that if he wants um, to learn more different aspects, he can learn it. It all depends on what his coaches are feeding him, right? And and Izzy's just gonna keep doing his thing. Hopefully, his ego won't get in the way, and he can figure out what his weaknesses are and fix them now before they are exploited, right? So hit that like and that subscribe. And this is Master Lee out from a traditional martial artist perspective. Peace.